What?
Do we even work on the
Oh, that was in the packet that you should have done on Wednesday, whenever I was here. No, you were supposed to know. I was hoping you would have learned from the packet, but...
So we're learning it again pretty much?
Yes, Jerry, yes!
Alright, let's get this back, let's get it.
Okay, guys, quiet down.
Hey, shut up!
Okay, this one wants me to graph the function. That's not a calculator. So I'm gonna graph this on my calculator to remember to graph in equation on the calculator. I go to y equals, then I go, this one's just a regular square root, so I go second the x squared button, and then I type it in like this. Remember, divisions are fractions. So once I type it in the calculator, I want to graph it. So it looks kind of like this, right? Okay, it wants me to say the domain and range. What is my domain here? No. Because if I look back at the calculator, past the y-axis, it doesn't have any values. So it starts at 0. So my domain is x is greater than or equal to, because it can be 0. Because remember, we can't plug in negative numbers into square roots, because they turn imaginary.
Oh,
Huh? What is negative? I can't plug in negatives, so my domain's only positive numbers.
so the domain's always going to be like that, like equal to or greater than?
Maybe it can also be all real numbers. Yeah.
When's that?
When I can plug in negative numbers. Okay, then my range. Kind of the same deal. Before this point, it doesn't go any lower, right? It just keeps going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be y is greater than or equal to 0, because it just keeps going up from the origin.
The domain is anything.
So questions on number 1? Okay, so same thing with number 2. I'm going to go and type this one in the calculator. When I go to, when I go to type it in, the way I want to type it in is I'm going to go to, I have a number out front. So I type -3. Then to get the cube root, I'm going to go to math. And if I look at choice number 4, notice how it's got the 3 cube root. So I'm going to pick that choice. And then x. And then I go to graph. And it looks, thank you. It looks kind of like this, right? Yeah, my domain is all real numbers because it goes left and right forever. Yeah, yeah. So it's like 4, I think. And then my range is what? Yes, this one is also all real numbers. It's slowly getting there, but it's going up and down forever. So basically, when I have an even root, I'm going to have something like this. If it's an odd root, like 3 or 5, it's going to be all real numbers. Does that make sense? Yes. So if it's 2 or 4, it's going to be something like this. If it's 3 or 5, it's going to be something like this. What? No, the little tiny numbers in front of the... Yeah. Yeah. So questions there? If the root, so the little tiny number up here, if it's odd, like 3 or 5, it's going to be all real numbers for both. If the little tiny number here, if it's not there, then it's 2. And if it is there and it's a 4, then it's going to be something like this. Huh? Like, oh, Nate, yeah. I thought you said H, and I was very confused. Thank you. Okay. Then these are transformations. We've already done transformations before on absolute values, quadratic equations, and I think we've done it one more time. But we've done it before. So these are here. I'm not going to go over that. So if I take a look at if I take a look at number 3, can you tell me the transformations before I even graph it? Yeah. Up 4. Yeah. How did Enid know that? Cause she what? Oh, she read it. Yeah. So remember, numbers at the end go up and down. Numbers inside go left or right, opposite the sign. Yeah, and then if I graph this, that's the f of x. So when I type the second one on the calculator, I want to make sure I arrow out of the square root to get the 4 by itself. You just arrow to the right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so then I want to graph this, and if Enid is right, it should go up 4, right 3 for the red one. But it looks like she's pretty right. Up 4, right 3. Questions on number 3? What? Okay, so number 4. This one I shouldn't have put on the paper, but oh well. Okay, reflection across the y-axis. Wait, Enid, what axis did you say? Y, okay. And then V8 means it has a horizontal shrink. Remember, horizontal's opposite. Okay, I can only have one person talk at a time. What, Jerry? It'd be outside. And then Stephanie? No. Horizontal shrink is because it's a whole number on the inside. The negative is the reflecting part. Yeah.
All the reflection stuff lags.
Kind of. Vertical if it's whole numbers, it's stretch. If it's fractions, it's shrink. Okay, so then I want to type this one in the calculator. I'm going to do y equals cube root of x, so that's math, and then choice 4. Oh, probably want to type in the x. Yeah. Okay, so I type this into the calculator. Questions on how to type it in. Guys, if you can't be quiet, I will give you a seating chart on Monday. Okay, so then I want to go and graph it. The blue one's going to be my f of x, the red one's going to be my g of x. Questions on number 4? Okay, I think there's one more I need to go through on the back. Can I move on to the back? Okay, so number 5 is it tells me the parent function and I need to change it. There's two changes going on. It's got the vertical shrink and then it's got the translation 3 units to the left. So my first change is a vertical shrink that gets multiplied out front. So I have 1/6 times, what was my original function? Cube root of x. So I don't need to change anything. I don't need to distribute because there's just the one term. And then the second one is 3 units to the left. That goes, you know what? I want to change the color I wrote this in to show you what I do. X plus what? Yeah. So then my final answer here for g of x is just going to be the 1/6 cube root x plus 3. Questions on writing the new rules? Yeah, because it's a fraction. When it's horizontal. Yep. Vertical. Any other questions here? Yeah? Okay. Any other questions? On the what? On the calculator? So you mean like number 4? You just press the math button, and then choice number 4. Or if it's a larger than 3, you'd pick 5. And yeah. Any other questions here? Okay, work on the 5 on the bottom.